The use of drums in worship services within the Seventh-day Adventist Church, or SDA, remains a subject of ongoing debate and, diverse practices. Some SDA congregations incorporate drums, such as traditional African drums or cajóns, while others prohibit them due to concerns about their secular associations or the potential to disrupt reverence. Reasons supporting drums in worship include several points. First, biblical precedent. Certain biblical passages reference drums and cymbals in celebratory worship, which some interpret as endorsing their use, as noted in Christian music and worship resources. Then, cultural expression. Drums can reflect cultural heritage, especially in communities where traditional instruments are integral to worship. Enhanced engagement is another reason. Drums can invigorate worship, fostering greater congregational participation and a vibrant atmosphere. And finally, the neutral nature of instruments. Many argue that drums are not inherently problematic. The issue lies in their application and the intent behind their use. Reasons opposing drums in worship are also worth considering. Secular associations, some, particularly older members, link drums to secular genres like rock music, deeming them unsuitable for sacred settings. There's also the risk of distraction. Critics, including some Adventist pastors, suggest drums may shift focus toward emotional excitement rather than spiritual reverence. Ellen G. White's guidance is often cited too. Certain interpretations of her writings caution against excessive displays such as shouting with drums, music, and dancing in worship. Disruptive noise is another concern.
Let all things be done decently and in order. 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 40. The things you have described, the Lord has shown me, would take place just before the close of probation. Every uncouth thing will be demonstrated. There will be shouting, with drums, music, and dancing. The senses of rational beings will become so confused that they cannot be trusted to make right decisions. And this is called the moving of the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit never reveals itself in such methods, in such a bedlam of noise. This is an invention of Satan to cover up his ingenious methods for making of none effect the pure, sincere, elevating, ennobling, sanctifying truth for this time. A bedlam of noise shocks the senses and perverts that which, if conducted aright, might be a blessing. The powers of satanic agencies blend with the din and noise to have a carnival, and this is termed the Holy Spirit's working. Those participating in the supposed revival receive impressions which honestly lead them adrift. They cannot tell what they formerly knew regarding Bible principles. No encouragement should be given to this kind of worship. The same kind of influence came in after the passing of the time in 1844. The same kind of representations were made. Men became excited and were worked by a power thought to be the power of God. Men and women supposed to be guided by the Holy Spirit held meetings in a state of nudity. They talked about holy flesh. They said they were beyond the power of temptation, and they sang and shouted and made all manner of noisy demonstrations. Satan was molding the work, and sensuality was the result. The cause of God was dishonored. Truth, sacred truth, was leveled in the dust by human agencies. I bore my testimony, declaring that these fanatical movements, this din and noise, were inspired by the spirit of Satan, who was working miracles to deceive, if possible, the very elect. We need to be on our guard, to maintain a close connection with Christ, that we be not deceived by Satan's devices. The Lord desires to have in his service order and discipline, not excitement and confusion.
Some believe specific drumming styles create a bedlam of noise, hindering spiritual reflection. And cultural sensitivity concerns introducing drums may be seen as insensitive to members who view them as inappropriate for worship. Varied practices across congregations show that the SDA Church lacks a unified stance on drums, allowing local congregations to decide based on biblical principles, cultural context, and prayerful consideration. Some churches permit drums in specific settings, like youth events or special music, while others exclude them entirely to maintain a reverent worship environment. Ultimately, each SDA congregation determines its approach to drums, striving to balance cultural relevance with a worshipful atmosphere that, honors God.